Light is a universal thing that can transform space and a person's experience of anything, really. I started working at the Electric Canvas 3 years ago. We project onto buildings and large fields of play, painting with light on buildings. It's a fairly immediate creative art form. I have very early memories of Dad taking us on slow drives down streets looking at buildings. Just that idea of what is beautiful about a house or a structure working as an environment. Where possible, I ride to work, which I find really important. You know, you have to expel that energy to create energy, I think. You're creating your own fuel. I was working in the film industry in Sydney when that sort of big boom Hollywood period happened in the middle of the 2000s. My film background was an excellent grounding for what I do now, because it was thinking about the way the environment relates to the action within the cinematic space. This is different, but it's similar in that we're thinking about modifying a space that is an experiential space for the viewer. There's an interesting relationship between the fact that I worked in a medium that captured light using the camera, and now I'm working in a medium that projects light back onto the space that people experience the work in. Currently we're working on the Customs House Unfamiliar Customs project for the Vivid Festival. It's a fairly complicated building. We have a significant step back for the middle section of the building, and then the sides of the building are sort of protruding out, and we've got a colonnade, so we basically break everything down into pieces and work on each small part individually while keeping the whole thing in mind. Lots of late nights. As technology evolves, we are able to do different things and do things that we weren't able to do before creatively. It's our paint, basically. Within the Electric Canvas, we come from different backgrounds and we approach things differently. You know, we have the technicians and we have the designers, or the, you know, and we're all designing the show. I mean, you know, the design is about technical and creative, and that perfect mix between the two. The people that I work with bring so much to this process. You know, it's this collaboration, and we all throw in what we can to get this stuff done. So it's a team. It's absolutely a team, and I love that. I love breaking a bigger concept up into lots of smaller pieces and trying to work out how they can relate to each other and how they can be put together into a beautiful visual treatment that sort of evolves. We work in a space that sort of is an absence of light, really, because we work at night, and we create our environment with light. That constant discussion about balance and of colour and light and contrast, so light and dark, negative space and positive, and then colours that work in harmony to create a scene, but then also sometimes we try and destroy that whole concept and just throw a whole lot of colour at a scene that really does clash. The use of colour sometimes, you know, really allows us to completely explode the way people see a real thing, like Customs House, for example. I suppose there's a certain wow factor to what we do, just because it's so unexpected that you can transform a building using light. You know, there's this sort of moment of reverence, and I have it completely when I see it, its physical manifestation. But, you know, you get all these people standing there, surrendered to the piece, and you know, all these digital cameras in unison, sort of reflecting the show back out of the back of these cameras all en masse. It's quite evocative and rewarding seeing this moment of people seeing something that they've never seen before. We create this visual life, which is what we do, and then people get to share that visual life with us, which I think is pretty amazing.